Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. So we just had a lot of wins today. A lot. I mean, MSNBC, Joy Reid show, she's off the air. Finally, after, I don't know, more than 8 years, 10 years, guys, of her racist, far-left banter. She is off the air. She is gonzo. She's probably going to fleek to the podcasting world where no one is going to follow her except for her far-left, woke supremacist friends from MSNBC. That's one big win. Second biggest win, the Democratic Party in the United States, all-time low. New poll shows that 21% of Americans approve of the Democratic Party after a humiliating defeat in 2024. And finally, we got this big win. The win for the right in Germany. Finally. And this isn't just a win for the right, but it's for a win for J.D. Vance especially, and for Donald Trump. We got to remember, just a couple weeks ago, 1 week ago, J.D. Vance went to Munich. He went to the special EU NATO summit where he lectured European leaders for their failed policies. And they are, of course, a huge failure. Of course, the German chancellor had to rebuke Vance and obviously correct him, quote, unquote, on what, and basically go on defense on why Europe is so authoritarian, why they're throwing people in jail for offending people with a meme, why nuns especially, are being thrown into jail for protesting at a Planned Parenthood, why people are going to jail for burning books that they personally don't like, why people don't go to jail because overall that they aren't using the right pronouns. The the chancellor, went on a silly authoritarian debacle, and really all of Europe applauded him. But we know for certain the European people were in disgrace. We know what's going on in Europe, and obviously with results like this, the vice chancellor, no longer vice chancellor, he's out, thank goodness. He ought to be disgraced. And he is. We all know what the people of Germany think of the woke far-left policies. We have a allegedly far-right political party surging. I mean, this political party surged 10 points in the air. It gained 10 million voters. In 2021, this far-right political party got 4 million voters. It has strengthened and aligned itself to be a very strong political party. This far-right, quote-unquote, political party sees mainly support from the state of Saxony, along with the state right here. I'm not so familiar with German states, but now we are expecting to see a map that should look like, I could pull up a map of Germany from YAPMS, but we're going to say that for later. But, it really does depend on what the territories will look like. But I'm expecting that AfD will gain much more seats. So what happened? Well, we got to understand who the chancellor is. Olaf Scholz, who also blasted Vance and Trump for calling out the obvious BS all over your hands. That obviously the blood on your hands, that you are attacking your own people, throwing them into jail for stupid reasons. You claim it's to stop fascism, to stop Eastern-like regimes from popping up. No. You're the regime. That's the problem. You're the problem. Not they aren't the problem. You're the problem. And the reason why the AfD, you could say, is far right, as you can see, it has allegations of anti-Semitism and violence. Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. The way Germany is handling the situation when it comes to free speech, it's making its people run far to the right. Far right. Because they want to go far away from you. It's taking away their freedom of speech and their right to voice their opinion and taking down their content, etc., etc. It's not going to make them like you. It's going to make them turn against you. And so what? If they'll openly call themselves fascists. If you hate fascism, they'll be what you hate. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. This is a real strategy that, of course, is a line here. The AFD, in regards to, has a lot of, I don't know if this is necessarily true. We've seen a lot, the Wikipedia page on the Republican Party is also full of BS. You cannot trust Wikipedia. Maybe it is opposes immigration into Germany, especially Muslim immigration, Islamophobia, if you will. Maybe they are. So then again, we have to ask ourselves, why are they that? Why are they Islamophobic? Maybe it's because, let's think. Throwing someone into jail for burning a Quran, and I don't support that behavior. Absolutely not. Like, I would be offended if someone burned a rosary. I still don't support it, but I don't think that person should be thrown into jail. That isn't going to make people say, oh, I shouldn't burn a Quran anymore. No, they're going to burn it because guess what? Egotistical behavior and personality exists. It's everywhere, even in Europe. So yes, the right is a problem. The far right, fascism, yeah. You see people with their torches all the time and their Nazi swastikas. Because we identify the problem. It's not them. And I know I'm going to be rebuked by a bunch of leftist trolls. You're not saying Nazis aren't the problem. You're saying Nazis aren't the problem. How dare you? You're a Nazi sympathizer. Yeah, this is what they will use. They'll call me a Nazi sympathizer, and I'm not. I'm saying, okay, what's the cause and effect to this? Why are they becoming Nazis all of a sudden? It's because the government is too corrupt. Okay? I'm not saying what they're doing is right. I don't support that behavior. I don't justify that behavior. We have to understand what's causing it, though. And it's because of the government throwing people to jail that they deem as a threat. Obviously, the AFD surged 10 points up in the air compared to what it formerly was. The Social Democratic Party of Germany, the left-wing political party, more socialist-like, that's the ruling party in Germany as we speak, has been kicked out of power. In 2021, it won 206 seats. They lost this time around 85 seats. 85 Social Democratic congressmen lost their seats in this election. They are now resting at 120 seats. Now, looking at let's take a look at the election beforehand, 2017. You'll see Angela Merkel and her Christian Conservative Party. Let's see, Christian Democratic Party, or she formed the CDU, the Union parties. Christian Democratic Union, Christian Social Union in Bavaria. You'll see Martin Schulz. He was the leader of the SPD. He was resting at 153 seats. And to claim a majority, you need 355. Now, let's remember, there are many different political parties in Germany. Okay? A lot of different political parties. And it's going to take a lot for someone to get to 113. In the United States, the Republican Party has an absolute majority of seats in the House of Representatives. Why? Because there's a two-party system, Democrat and Republican. and the other political parties, Green, Libertarian, Constitution, Reform, yada, 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 they're so unpopular. I don't want to say unpopular. It's just we built our country on a two-party system. In Germany, it's a different story. You'll see what you would consider the United States, we would consider the alternative for Germany, the AfD, as a third party. And the fact that the third party is ousting a major political party, the party that represents the left, the Social Democratic Party of Germany, this is like a 1912 scenario where the third party just, absolutely. So you got to ask yourselves, why is the Nazis getting to second place? Are they really Nazis, though? Let's just think, guys. If they were Nazis, they would be banned. Let me get you guys straight. Germany banned the swastika. Period. That's insane, right? I mean, the swastika is a bad symbol, right? But the reason why I'm telling you, it's because they are in resistance mode. They're calling themselves fascists and Nazis. They're flying the swastika highly and proudly, and they're going to jail for it. That's boosting their momentum. That's making it worse. So you are adding to the problem. You're worried about fascism and Nazism in Germany. Well, stop throwing people into jail for flying a flag in the air. Stop. This is what I'm talking about. J.D. Vance. Beast. He pointed out so clearly, and I wish he would have said, hey, Germany, what you're doing right now is not fixing anything. It's actually making it worse. The Scholz administration and what the Germans and the European establishment, what they're doing right now with their censorship and their banning memes, that's what's making it worse. This is why the AfD has 152 seats in the Bundestag, which is German parliament. That said, they flipped 68 seats. This is why. The CDU, guess what? They flipped 11 seats. Obviously, they're the majority party. They're one of the two major parties. I would say the ultimate winner is the AfD. We got to because they flipped the most seats. Out of everything, you got to look at this. Most of Olaf Scholz's seats and the SPD seats, they went from SPD to AfD. They went from left to far right, and whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say it's populist right. Far right, what's the definition of far right? I don't know. And the allegations of Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, yada, 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 yada. Is it true? I don't know. I would say possibly, likely, because we know what the German right is like. But we ask ourselves, why has it gotten this bad? So, it's not J.D. Vance's fault. It's your fault. It's absolutely your fault. If you want to fix things, and obviously they won't stop. They're going to keep doubling down on the censorship because they see the torches, they see the tikis, they see the swastikas, and they're going to have a hard time actually agreeing to stopping once they're seeing that, right? Well, you're telling me they're marching around with torches, screaming anti-Semitic slurs, and all you gotta do, and you're saying that what we have to do is stop throwing them in jail? You're giving in to their demands! Yeah. It's not really their demands. It's just your mistake. You shouldn't have been throwing people into jail due to their views to begin with. So yeah, I think Germany and a lot of European countries like France has thrown themselves into, they've nailed themselves into the coffin, and it's either that they accept the blame and give them more freedom of expression and opinion. They stop throwing people into jail for sharing a silly, offensive meme, whatever. I don't even know what offensive means. What qualifies as an offensive meme. What a meme that the government doesn't like. Well, they won't do that because they're afraid of the resistance. And they'll say, if we stop, it'll just get worse. And the answer is no, it won't get worse. It's actually going to get better. It's going to cool. Obviously, they'll go on an arrogance trip saying that, oh, we took out the government, we made the government stop. But hey, I'm a silly guy from North America. What am I talking about Europe for? I just don't want, and Europe expects us to help them. What? Really? They expect us to go and give them money. What? Really? Money? So obviously, it's a big W for the German right, and I want to congratulate many people from the AfD. You fought a great battle, and we don't know if the day will come where you will have a AfD chancellor. You guys especially have to fight very hard, because we know the European establishment will do exactly what they did in Romania. We had the president of Romania. He was a far-right candidate. He won the first round. The European establishment, they stripped him off. They voided the whole election. They said, nope, this doesn't exist. We're going to start another election on March 23rd, 2025. Fresh and new. Fresh start. Even though the people of Romania came out and voted. I have no reason to believe and no reason to doubt that will happen the same time. The same reason. The European establishment will say, nope, AfD, they want a majority of seats. The AfD, they want a majority of seats in Bundestag. They won the chancellor election. Nope, this didn't happen. Voided. And we got to be the resistance. Peacefully, non-violently. We got to be the resistance. This is democracy. But yeah, I mean, there's very little I can do in Germany. There's very little I can do around the world. I am an American. I fight for America. I fight for America first. That's all what I tend to do. But when I see fellow conservatives fighting for their freedom in a very repressive country like Germany, I'm going to give them my prayers. I'm going to give them my encouragement. But so yes, it's a big day for you, but it's also a big day for us in America, because we have been attacked by the European establishment and Canada for standing up to their authoritarian governments, because the United States is giving money to these authoritarian governments, which are abusing their own citizens. We owe these countries nothing. The United States was founded as an isolationist country. George Washington said, don't get involved with the world. Keep the United States neutral. What did we do? Tell me right now, what did we do? We used World War II as an excuse to create NATO and to get involved in the world. Oh, we have to prevent a third world war. Yeah, guess what? A third world war is not going to happen. Don't buy into that crud. You know why a third world war will happen? It's because of NATO. It's because 30 countries are in a jam-packed alliance against a superpower. They're smacking him. I don't want to say the Russian bear. They're smacking the Russian bear in the head, smacking the grizzly. I don't think it's Russians have grizzly bears. I don't know. Smacking the bear in the head. What's the bear going to do? He's going to smack you back. What do you think's going to happen? And out of everyone, we're United States of America is supposed to run over and help you. And before you know it, the whole world is on their knees praying that no nukes are going to go off. Come on. So obviously, AfD, I would assume that we're against the NATO joke. I mean, what's the point of this alliance? Is this alliance just to get rich and just to provoke Russia? To get Russia mad? And to spend money? Is that what it's about? I'm not going to get into NATO. No, I'm just saying, the point is, this is big government. Europe's big government. I haven't spoken much about the Christian Democratic Party, the CDU, the CSU, the CDU. Yeah, congratulations. They won the election, yeah, but they underperformed. They were not expecting that the right. I mean, they knew the right was going to gain a lot of seats. I mean, let's be honest. Everyone saw that they were surging. I can guarantee you the CDU was hoping to gain a majority of seats. That was not the case. How many seats did Scholz flip? I don't know. It's not going to tell us, but we know that the CDU flipped 11 seats. The AFD flipped 68 seats. The SPD flipped nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I wonder why. I mean, 2 years. This party was in power for 2 years. And you got your butt smacked, kicked everywhere. It's hilarious. This is probably the biggest win for conservatives in Europe in a very long time. Very long time. So obviously we have our map. The red countries identify as conservative or loyal to the right. Their governments are more right-wing. This is not current, keep in mind. There are other countries that, like Argentina, that country specifically is labeled as a left-wing country. That's because Milei was the first conservative in a long time to flip the country. It's very recent that Argentina went conservative, but that itself cannot outdo that big liberal progressive record. So we still have it as a left-wing country. Same thing with the United States. Donald Trump won massive mandate in 2024, but yeah, we have Obama, we have Hillary Clinton technically winning the popular vote in 2016, Donald Trump, that does count, but we gotta count the 2016 Hillary Clinton vote. We gotta also count Joe Biden, allegedly 81 million votes. So it's blue, but you'll see Germany is red. That's because the country has fundamentally been conservative. I mean, it's always been conservative. But if you apply that to American terms, it would be far left. Liberal, Democrat Party. Germany soundingly supported Kamala Harris. We know this. Even members of the CDU supported Kamala Harris. A lot of them. I don't know if Angela Merkel would, but she's an establishment figure for sure. She is what kept the German right moving. Although the German, yeah, and then again, the AFD was gaining seats. They went from 0 to 94. This is 2017. And supposedly, hey, shout out to the German right, they have a chance to knock out the CDU. The CDU is becoming a dying party because the CDU is representing big government establishment interests, similar to the SPD. The SPD has made itself clear it's the party of the establishment. Well, SDU is basically clapping the cheeks. They're saying, good job, SPD. We agree with you on this. Yada, yada, yada. So you got two political parties that are supporting the elite. So, for the people that don't support the elite, where are they going to go to? That's the AFD. Now, I'm not coming out in support of the AFD. I don't think as a channel member, I think the AFD, what they did right today, I think maybe today I'll support the AFD because what they did was based, but the AFD has been demonized, and honestly, I think it's hilarious because we take a look at all the socialist political parties of the world and see how, like, the Socialist Party in Colombia that's in power, the Socialist Party that's in Guatemala that's in power. I mean, they're non-European countries, but give me a I mean, seriously. I think it was a big win for the German conservatives. Obviously, Angela Merkel keeping it conservative in 2013. 2013, yes, 2009. Yeah, Angela Merkel, CDU still holding its majority. So yeah, the SPD hasn't held power in a long time. The last time the SPD had power was in 2002. Okay, that was the last election. Then came 2021. This was big because that was like the first time in 20 years or something that the SPD, a failing political party in Germany, actually held power. And ultimately, they blew it. They blew it. At a time Germany is becoming so secular. Germany is an atheist country, by the way. Majority of people are atheists, although it's 30%. Germany is a diverse country. You got Catholics in the south. You got Protestants in the north. And in the east, you got the atheists in Berlin. And yada, yada. Yeah, it's a very cluster of very complicated countries struggling with religion. But obviously, it's a secular country. And you blew it. I mean, Scholz could have took advantage that the atheists and Eastern Germany, stronghold of the SPD, former East Germany, could have taken advantage of that, but he failed. He blew it. And rightfully so, because he's absolutely been a tyrant in Germany. I'm not so excited about Friedrich Merz being the next chancellor. We'll see how he behaves with Trump. And we know already he will kiss the ring of the establishment, European elitists. They are 100% in support of destroying Russia, even though that's not what we want to do. That's not what we were going to do. We want to make peace with Russia. We don't want to profit from the Ukraine war. We want to end the Ukraine war. So, obviously, this video has been controversial. I bet I've angered a lot of Germans. I hope I have not intended to hurt or anger a lot of German conservatives, but if I have, that should be a friendly fire. But German liberals, the Germans that love the European establishment, yeah, you should be angry. You absolutely should be angry, because the United States, we're coming after you. We ain't your friends. We ain't your friends because we ain't supporting this. I love Germany. Germany's a good country. Nice people. Good, kind, caring people. Beautiful country. I'm German myself. My whole family, my family came from Germany. I won't say my family. My ancestors came from Germany. My last name is German. I have blood roots from Germany. And it disgusts me to see that this is what it has become. Trying to better itself, to get away from what Germany was during World War II. Well, guess what? You're not doing that good job. You're not doing the good job. You're not doing that good of a job. You're being what Germany was, authoritarian. Authoritarian during World War I, authoritarian during World War II, authoritarian during the Cold War, authoritarian right now. When can we have a peace-loving Germany where they're going to let their citizens live? Let their citizens speak. Let their citizens speak their minds. Write what they want. Learn what they want. Be what they want. Have the government hounding in on their lives. When are we going to have that? And I think it does concern the Americans. And it has absolutely every right, because we Americans are giving you money. We're giving you money. And you know what? We have no problem. We can continue to give you money. But I don't want to give you money if you're going to continue this. We want our tax dollars and our money to go to a country where they're going to use it good. They're not going to use it to censor people that they disagree with. We want to be friends with Germany. I have zero beef with Germany. I have a beef with the government. I have a beef of what it has become. But I have hope that Germany will be better. Will become even better. And do we need to put a far-right political party into office? I don't think we should have to do that. What I think we can do right now is actually recognize our faults. But when J.D. Vance clearly said that, the German chancellor just turned his ears. He turned his eyes, turned his head the other direction, and said, no. No. Okay, then. You don't get our money. That's how it goes. And then you boo-hoo whine and cry about it. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. Cry. And if this destroys American-European relations, it's sad. It's absolutely disappointing. But America cannot be bullied. It's a country that's never been bullied. And for the very first time, it's being bullied. And it's being bullied by its friends. Out of everyone, it's friends. And I'm not going to say that our friend is our worst enemy. I don't want that to be. We want to continue to be friends with Europe. We want to continue to be friends with Germany. But Germany and Europe ought to start treating us the right way. But obviously, we conservatives were in the fight together. But anyway, what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.